Hi guys, so today I want to talk to you about an awesome vacation place. I've already visited like 2 times, so I'm basically a recurring customer, sort of say. An awesome vacation place, like I said, that is situated in Greece. It's basically an island of Greece, very well known, called Tassos Island. First of all, I just want to start by saying I'm in no way paid to do this material. It's just a review of uh, the 2 vacations I spent there, and the places I've visited. So now uh, let's start by getting to know how to get to the island. Now, you either talk to your local travel agency and see what bus packages they have, which I kind of recommend because they will include the bus round trip to Keramoti, where you can take the ferry to the Tassos Island. Uh, and if you want to take the vacation by yourself, there is also the Kavala Airport, um, where you can arrive by airplane, and then you take the ferry boat to the Tassos Island. Now for the prices for the buses, from the travel agencies, the tickets vary from what I paid, what we paid actually, me and my girlfriend, like for a 6 nights vacation stay. The prices vary from 250 euros to 450 euros. And usually how I budget my vacations, usually I spend there the amount I pay for my travel tickets. Now on things to say about the ferry trips, they are never included in the travel packages with the buses, but they usually cost around 10 euros, so no worries about that. Let's start talking about the island of Tassos and its major points of interest. And let me be your guide on how to turn this island from a vacation resort to an actual asset in your life. As they say, your life is the sum of all your experiences. So basically want to plan to have as many awesome experiences you can take, so to speak. Now, what me and my girlfriend, when we took our travel packages, we stayed in Scala Sotiros. That is basically a small resort in the northwestern part of the island. Uh, as you can say, for a small resort, it has all the main points of interest that you need for a vacation, like coffee shops, beaches, for restaurants, and even a small marketplace. Um, uh, Everything was in a 10 minutes walk reach. Um, the main beach is at Napoleon Tavern. Um, the downside of this small resort is that they don't have included, you won't have like, you won't find places where you can serve an early breakfast. Um, as me and my girlfriend, we usually like to have an early breakfast so we can go out and um, travel a bit in the resort. And Other than that, there is an awesome snack bar that has traditional Greek food. We used to dine there quite often because the owner serves awesome traditional Greek food like gyros and souvlaki. The food there is always fresh. Uh, Let me show you a bit about some pictures about the food in this small restaurant. Yeah, as you can see, the food is great. It's always fresh. You can they have some tables on the pier of the port. Uh, and we actually quite got friendly with the owner. You can see him, the Greek, in the middle here in the picture. It's a family-run business, and we highly recommend you take some time to visit and have a snack in his place. Now, for the rest of the island has a lot of great other beaches and resorts where you can get by renting a car at approximately €35 per day. Usually the tour of the island is around 110 kilometers, and the other beaches, the other well-known beaches that I visited and I highly recommend are Aliki Beach, for example. Let me go and check out some photos to show you how it's there also. It's a very nice beach, but it usually gets crowded. But you find like places to stay there. It usually gets crowded more in the vicinity of the sea. Now, another great beach is we spent quite a bit there. It's Tripiti Beach. We enjoyed this one because it has these kind of places, and also has the big beach where you can basically rent a small bed like this one on the sand, and a baldachin, or I think it's called. Also, in every restaurant of this island, the food is very fresh and good, and we never had problems with the services. The services are also very good. Another beach that I recommend is Pahis Beach. Let me show you around. take some pictures. Uh, Also, it's a white beach with a couple of bars in the back, and you can rent a small bed just by ordering a drink from the bar. We also loved that the sea is quite flat there, and you can go all the way in the sea without, so it's very recommended for families with kids, because you can go all the way in the sea without having to worry about getting drowned, because the water has a very small height. Here's a picture with this resort on night, on sundown, on broad day, and another beach we visited is Golden Beach Bar, which is very famous in this island, THASSOS Island. Also has a lot of restaurants and bars in the back of the beach, as you can see in the pictures. Where you can serve traditional mythos Greek beer. As you can see, it also has a very wide beach, a lot of bar and restaurants, and aside from what you can do in the beaches. Oh, here's another one, Paradise Beach. Right, over here. This one is also very famous. Also a very wide beach. As you can see in the picture, very wide. This one, because of it's well known, usually gets extremely crowded, so take that in perspective. But also has a lot of bars and restaurants in the back of the beach, and I enjoyed this one too, because it had a lot of places where you can play different beach sports, even soccer or volley. Now, besides the beaches, there are also two olive museums. Now, there's one here in close to Scala Sortiros, where we stayed, and but it is a smaller one, but they actually venture you a video film on the whole processing of the olives and making the olives oil. But there's even a bigger one that I haven't visited yet. Hopefully I'll do that in the future. No, not this one. This one here, called Sotileris Olive Oil Museum, where you can basically visit a lot of machinery that is involved in the processing of the oil, and you can actually buy directly from this museum. You can buy olive oil. Uh, Here are some other machineries used in the process of making the oil. Everything is explained. I like this kind of museums because it helps me broaden my perspective on different products that were used even in the early ages, and see how the technology evolved around them. Okay, back to the island, and what you can see there, what you can do. Uh, there's also an ancient site at Ipsarion. What I was told, this is the highest peak of the island, so you can have have a look at great sceneries of the island. And as you can see in the picture, there are some awesome views of the island. Okay, let's get back to the island. And what we also liked about this island, it has a lot of city ports, like Potos, that we also liked very much, because of its pier infrastructure. So you can, and all the whale ships, so there's a variety of them. And the city nightlife. Now in these ports, uh, the centers are very close to the piers of the ports, and they have a very vivid nightlife with a lot of restaurants and a lot of shops, and you can take a lot of walks. Uh, you can dine in very different restaurants with traditional food, Italian food. Uh, we very much enjoyed our time spent in those ports. And there's another one called Limenaria. Also, this one we very much enjoyed. Also, a big port city with a lot of restaurants, a lot of things you can do. As you can see, all the hotels are on the front view of the port. They have in-depth piers that you can take a walk and enjoy the seaside. Here's a glimpse of what they look at night. very, very beautiful. And you can take trips on the sea with different merchants that you can even dine on some ships. I famously forgot about another famous beach that it's called the Marble Beach. Now it's a beach of made out of little tiny marble sand and rubble. Uh, because of they basically the natives of the island use this remaining pieces of marble and made a beach and they throw it in the water. That's where the color of green in the water it shows. It's a wonderful beach. The only downside is it's usually the most crowded one because it's the most famous one, and it's not that wide around the sea. But it's definitely worth visiting. Like I said, instead of the sand, you can see the little small pieces of marble that you can walk on. Also, this is one beach side that I would recommend you use sunglasses because the sun reflects in the marble and can have, for me at least, it had a strain effect. As you can see, there's not that the beach is not that wide, and it usually gets crowded very quick. Okay. There is also a famous monastery, the monastery of Saint Archangel Michael, that has a lot of great views because it's built on an ancient cliffside of the island. But it's also worthwhile visiting because of the wonderful views it stores, and if you're religious, it's quite a beautiful spiritual place to visit. Sorry about seems that the internet connection plays with my nerves. um, okay, and there's another cool place that you can visit. It's a natural place called Jola Lagoon. I'm gonna show it a bit. Let me close a little bit of those windows so we can have. battery interaction. So it's quite of the ordinary and quite vivid with that green color of the water. And it takes a while to get there. You actually have to climb and then descend, and you can get there by car or anything else. You just have to take a foot walk. But in the end, it's all worthwhile. You can see a lot of people are visiting it. It's a famous place. Here you can see the green water reflection. You're gonna see it all around the island because the island, as I said, it contains a lot of marble. And again, if you haven't had the time or the patience to listen to my video description of all the places I have been, don't worry, I'll put a link in the video description where you can play around with this map. I talked about earlier how this THASSOS island vacation can actually become an asset in your life. Why is that? Because this kind of place that has a lot of variety, a lot of different beaches and restaurants where you can take your time to recharge your batteries. What I did, I found time to read a book because I don't like to stay that much in the sun, so I always look for a place where I could find some shadow and read. Any place like that that allows you to learn, grow, enjoy the sightseeing, recharge your batteries without breaking the bank, has the potential of transforming your vacation into an actual asset. Now, that's it for this video. Now, I want to make in the future video a video like that, just like this one, but I want to focus it on a city break rather than a vacation. And let me know in the comments from the other cities I visited and I want to make a video of. Which one would you like from Budapest, the capital of Hungary, Prague, the capital of the Czech Republic, Milano, or Rome from Italy? That's it, guys. See you on the next video.